Hello everyone, I'm Paul Dunley-Bledder, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News at the brand new Equinix data center in Toronto. Joining me today is the president of the Americas for Equinix, Karl Strohmeyer, and we're going to do a two-part interview with him. First on the significance of this data center in the marketplace and what it means to the channel community. Karl, thanks a lot for joining us. Equinix is pushing this trend of renting the data center of the future instead of building it. Why do you have this stance?
Sure. Look, there's been a trend for a long time where enterprise buyers themselves or enterprise CIOs have been putting a lot of capital in their proverbial basement where they've been building out IT infrastructure. The problem with that is they'll only have access to one, two, maybe three service providers in and out of their facility. Okay, that's fairly limiting. They won't have access to Microsoft Azure, Amazon cloud service offerings, Google cloud offerings. They're dependent upon those two or three carriers to get them access to those offerings. At Equinix, you can put your facilities or your services in a neutral location, access to 1,000 different carriers, 450 different cloud service providers, and not only in one location, you can do that across 106 locations globally in 33 markets in 15 countries. So that's just one reason. The optionality that you have as an IT professional for your architecture on a global scale.
So I toured the new Canadian facility, and the 242,000 square feet space is very impressive. Can you compare this facilities to others out there?
So this actually is our 5th largest facility in North America. We're very excited about it. It's been 2 years in the making. It's about 1.6 kilometers from 151 Front, and most people in the industry know that that's pretty much the telecom interconnection hotel of the area. That's right. So latency matters. So you can deploy your capabilities, your compute services, and access through low latency the diversity of interconnection that exists there. And some of that interconnection will be in TR2. As you said, it's fairly large. It's about over 22,000 square meters facility. We've let one phase right now out of a 5-phase deployment, and the first phase is about 675 cabinets. So we now, which we haven't had for a long time, the ability for customers to scale in the downtown Toronto area their IT infrastructures to access not only other Canadian customers and buyers, but the globe. Because this facility, as I mentioned before, is just one of 106 data centers across the global platform. So we think it's an exciting time for Toronto.
One of the more interesting aspects of the Equinix data center is that the cables are on the ceiling instead of the floor. What's the reason for that?
One of the aspects for why cables are on the ceiling is so you have easy access to them. Because Platform Equinix, we are around interconnection. Okay. We sell space, power, and interconnection. Across the 106 data centers across the globe, we support over 147,000 cross-connects. Okay. So when buyers deploy in our facilities, they interconnect with each other within the facility. Having an easy access to that interconnection for scale really matters.
In terms of security and data sovereignty, what does this new facility offer?
Yeah, from a security and data sovereignty issue, which is a big topic globally, depending upon what the rules are locally. Sure. The Patriot Act hasn't helped a ton. The U.S. for foreign companies wanting to deploy their private data in the U.S. We know Toronto is a gateway into the U.S. So for European or Asian entities, deploy their customer-centric data in Canada, and then can access U.S. customers and users through the U.S. Or Canadian companies can use the facility to do the same.
So that's it for part 1 of our special interview with Karl Strohmeyer. Tune in to part 2 when I ask him about his channel plans and the overall plans for the Canadian marketplace.